Hello, happy Friday. Welcome to the first Friday of 2024. Happy New Year. There's been a lot going on. I don't know about your neck of the woods, but it's been pretty busy around here. I thought we'd start with a little bit of the astrology for this week. Um, we Yesterday, Mars entered Capricorn. So that's the planet of ambition and the sign of ambition. And if you haven't yet, this is the time to start working on those New Year's resolutions with renewed determination, whatever it is that you need to get done. This is when you want to start it. Um, So this transit gives us power, and we can pretty much do anything with grit and resolve, and it's just a really good time to start stuff. And then January 9th, Sun in Capricorn trine Uranus in Taurus is a really creative, productive time. It talks of a strong work ethic and again, overcome roadblocks and achieve goals. So that's the sun in ambition. So on January 11th, we've got the new moon in Capricorn. And of course, this is Capricorn season. There's a lot of Capricorn in all of the astrology. So the new moon in Capricorn is a great time, again, to start our New Year's resolutions. The new moon is when we start things, when we move forward on our plans, where we launch things. So the new moon in Capricorn is a great aspect. It's a great place for the new moon to happen right now because we're all trying to, or at least a lot of us are trying to do things a little bit better this year than we did last year, right? So then January 12th, Mars in Capricorn trine Jupiter in Taurus. So Mars ambition, Capricorn ambition, trine Jupiter expansion. And what this is, it's a very lucky time. This is a great time to take a little chance to maybe, I don't know, take a gamble where business or finances are concerned. Of course, don't spend more than you actually have, but this might be a good time to enjoy some good luck. And then on the 13th, Mercury enters Capricorn, more Capricorn. So this is transmission, communication, and we're going to need to get serious about, yet again, our goals. Um, the planet of communication entering the sign of ambition, of hard work, of work ethic. It's a great time to put your plans into action. So let your ambitions take over. I read that on one of the astrology sites. I thought that was so great. So that's what's going on in the skies and the stars right now. And I'd love to hear what you think about that. This week, I wrote about my word of the year. And every year, I pick a word. I've been doing it since 2010. I wrote an article about it this week, which is down in the description. There's a link in the description if you want to check it out. But basically, how I feel about this is that every year I pick a word and I want it to speak to all the things that I want to bring forth in the new year. So I've used vibrant, I've used connection, I've used abundance, I've used harvest. And it's really interesting to keep track of them and see how they played out through your year. Interestingly, I didn't record my word for 2011, so I have absolutely no idea what that was, but I have all the rest of them, 2010 through 2024. So 2024's word for me is vivacious. And I was looking at the meaning of the word vivacious, and it's lively in temper, conduct, or spirit, sprightly. It suggests an attractiveness of gesture and wit, playful and alluring. And I thought, I want my business to be playful and alluring. Hell, I want myself to be playful and alluring this year. So, in life and in business, Vivacious is going to shape how I approach creativity, how I approach life, my intentions. It's kind of like the compass that'll guide my ventures, my risks, my moments of introspection, and my collaborations. So, I've also, speaking of compasses, I've got a new workshop coming up. Not exactly sure the launch date. I'm thinking February 1st, February 2nd. But it's going to be your creativity compass. And it's a deep dive into getting creative and just fleshing out all the creative things that you want to do, whether it's writing or music or cooking or finances, if you want to get creative with your finances. It's a Canva template, so you don't need a paid account to access it. So when it's done, I will be notifying people through my mailing list. So if you want to get on that mailing list, there's a link to my website below, and you just check out the newsletter, sign up for it, and I'll get you involved in it. This is going to have videos that are all going to kind of explain what it is that I was thinking while I was making this. And hopefully it'll be of some help. So I figure we'll do it together a little bit, and maybe you go at your own pace. I might have two, but I'm still fleshing that out. And again, all this Capricorn energy, I'm going to get working on that this week. So, okay, it doesn't look like there's anybody here yet. So again, it's Friday. It's the first Friday in January, first Friday of 2024. So we're going to take a look at maybe moving this a little earlier, maybe a weekday, mid-afternoon. I don't know. We'll have to see. But anyway, so let's get started. Let's pull a couple of cards and see where it takes us, right? Okay, so I don't know about where you are, but it's freezing in Florida. I can't even. It's crazy. Okay, so let's see what this comes up of the day. I did a few readings for myself today. I just kind of, sometimes I do one reading, 3 cards in the morning. Sometimes I'm pulling cards all day. It really depends on what's going on in my life, how I feel, what I feel like doing. Hi, Sky Blessings. How are you today? So we're looking at 3 cards. We got the Death card, which just kind of means getting over something, whether it's leaving something behind, or transforming the entire way you live. And next we have the King of Wands. And this is funny because I pulled him earlier. And he is just kind of a passionate, maybe a man in your life or a masculine energy in your life. Sky Blessings, absolutely. I'm going to finish these 3 cards and then we'll get to you. If you have a question, think about it, ask away. So this is, again, passionate, a kind of a guy who's in charge. Maybe someone in your life, maybe just a feeling. Okay, and then we've got the 9 of Cups, which is satiated and just good with everything that's going on. You've got everything you want. You're very comfortable. And so what that speaks to is that there are going to be changes, and they're going to be fiery. They're going to be passionate, but in the end, it's all going to be fine. So there you go. Okay, Sky Blessings. What does the future tell for Roger and I? Are we ever going to see each other or be together? We've been dating for 1 year online, but we've never met. What is holding our connection? Okay, the first thing I would ask is, does Roger live very far away? I just, that you haven't met. All right, let's see. What does the future hold for Sky Blessings and Roger? He lives in the United States, and you don't? that could be problematic, right? Okay, so let's see. Oh, you live in Nigeria. Oh, how interesting. I'd love to go to Nigeria. I live in Florida. It's not at all exciting. All right, so let's get to Roger. What is holding their connection? Okay. Oop, I pulled two cards. All right, so the first one we have the sun. And that's, I feel like you're putting a really good light on this. Like you're feeling good about it. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is kind of everything has a season, right? There are two major arcana cards, and then you've got the Queen of Cups. It's kind of like the woman in charge of the emotions. So I would say that that's relevant in your situation. But what is holding your connection? I'm kind of not getting that yet. Justice. So do you have some really good feelings about it and then some kind of red flags about it? Is it tipping one way or the other? The Eight of Wands. Watch the messages. Pay super attention to maybe the meaning behind the messages. Don't take everything at face value. Really look at whether or not this is what it appears to be, right? Does that at all resonate? Let's see. And it looks like you and I are the only ones here, so feel free to ask questions, ask away. So I feel like, okay, two wands. Let's talk about you. I feel like you are looking out at what your options are of what is possible for you. And it's all possible. Everything is possible. Okay, so now we've got the Six of Swords. Now, this can mean that the worst is over, you're moving on from the next thing, or could it mean move away from this? And you've been talking online for a year, right? So, okay. Here's the Nine of Cups again. So, again, you can have whatever you like. We've got the Two of Cups, which is a union of sorts. You could read that as you and Roger. Then we have the Page of Pentacles, which is kind of like a new lesson, something that you need to learn that's new to you right now. Maybe take that into consideration when what is it you need to learn to make this work for you, right? So, does any of this resonate? What should Sky Blessings do about the situation with Roger? What's your ex motive? Is this another person we're talking about? Somebody's trying to get away with something. So, would this be your ex? You're talking about someone else other than Roger? He keeps coming back, but I don't love him anymore. Then you got to cut him loose, right? You need to give that a rest. So it seems like you've learned what you needed to learn. It's time to move on. I'd call this a win. I'd call this, he's not going to, yes, I stopped him from coming to my house. You know what? That's a good idea, because if you don't love him anymore, there's nothing good that's going to come of it, right? And who knows how he's going to react. So I agree. Stop him from coming to your house. We've got the Knight of Wands, which is like a slow and steady. Are we talking about Roger? Yeah, I think we're done with the ex. Do you feel like, yeah, that's it. That's what we need to do. He's done. Right? Let me know what you think. All right, back to Roger. I really want you to look very carefully at the messages, like we talked about in the Eight of Wands. And the moon, I love the moon card in some aspects, but with this particular situation, there's something murky. There's something under the surface that doesn't feel great. I don't know. I don't know if I love this Roger person. I don't know Roger. I'm sorry. That's not what I meant. And we've got the 10 of Wands. There's a lot of wands. That's a lot of passion. That's a lot of fire. It's a lot of activity. The 10 of Wands is, what are you holding on to that you don't need to hold on to anymore? I have a mentor who showed this to me. The way that he's carrying the wands isn't even possible. You'd never be able to carry that the way he's carrying it. They'd all fall down, right? So you need to figure out what you need to keep holding and what you need to put down. So, okay, he's a Capricorn and you're a Scorpio. Okay, so I don't love to do well, this is my sun sign, this is his sun sign. It's so much more complicated than that. If you have an astrologer that you can go to, and if you know your time of birth, your exact location of birth, and his time of birth and exact location of birth, you can get a much more nuanced astrology reading. Capricorn, on the surface, let's just say on the surface, Capricorn's really hardworking. They're ambitious. They have a good work ethic. Scorpios, I have a Scorpio rising, so know that I'm speaking of myself when I say this. But Scorpios are deep. Scorpios have a lot going on under the surface, right? So they're not afraid to go really deep, to talk about the important stuff, to talk about death and underworld and shadow work. And sometimes that might be a little far-fetched for a Capricorn who's so involved in work and getting ahead. Now, again, this is just the sun sign, so it's going to be way more nuanced, but that's where I start. So again, coming from a Scorpio rising, sometimes we're a lot. Sometimes we get involved in things that may be too deep for a lot of other people. I don't know. I don't know if that. And so I'm confused. Is Roger a Capricorn? Is the ex a Capricorn? I'm just going to assume that we're talking about Roger. Oh, so this is very interesting. So we've got the King of Pentacles, which is a real grounded, masculine energy. Um, it could be Roger. Um, Financially stable, or giving the appearance of Roger's the Capricorn. Okay. Um, and then we've got the Queen of Cups again and Justice again. So I promise you, I shuffled this deck. So we've got the King of Pentacles. Someday I'll get this right on how to. There we go. Sort of. So the King of Pentacles, which is a grounding force, a masculine energy. Um, the bad side of the King of Pentacles, or the possible bad side of the King of Pentacles, is sometimes they can be a little bit controlling about the finances. That's and then we've got the Queen of Cups. So maybe there is, and then Justice again. So weigh the scales, weigh the pros and cons. Again, pay attention to the messages. Sometimes long distance romances are really tough, are really difficult to get a handle on, right? Oh, the ex is a Libra. Okay. So that's air and water. That's, so that can be a little tumultuous, a little big waves. So, oh, it's okay. These cards don't want to go in. Oh, we're just going to read them, right? So the Page of Swords, learning some new thought patterns, some new communication, or just employing a new type of communication, a new way of thinking about something. The Seven of Cups, which is, you can have whatever you want, but also be careful what you wish for, right? There we go. So there's a lot of good things in those cups, and then there's a snake and something we're not so sure of. So what I'm getting from all of these cards for you is be cautious. Be really cautious. Be really thorough in again, the Eight of Wands again. Watch the messages. Watch those messages. I feel this really, really strongly that I'm not necessarily that it's a bad thing, but that in order to avoid confusion, avoid any miscommunication, make sure you're paying attention to everything, to the signs, to the messages, to the way he talks. We had that Page of Swords. Pay attention. That's what I'm getting from all of this, is that it could be a good thing, it might not be a good thing, but the only way to figure that out is for you to really be pragmatic, be practical about it. Make a list of the pros and cons, which I'm a huge fan of, because once I start writing things down, and I would suggest this to anyone, is I start to think of things, just like keep writing, keep writing, keep writing, even if it doesn't make sense. And you will see the things that you're concerned about, the things that you're very happy with. It'll all come out through a stream of consciousness. And that's how I like to make my decisions. So I think what's holding your connection is communication. We've got it all over the place. There's how many cards on communication did we get? So that's what's holding it as far as I'm concerned. And you need to pay attention. Really go deep. Instead of being like, oh, that's not such a bad thing. Like red flags, orange flags, yellow flags, whatever they are, pay attention. This is, it can be a really scary world in this day and age with the internet, as much as I love it. But you got to guard yourself. You have to make sure that you're okay. So that's what I would tell you. Does that resonate at all with you? Is that something you're willing to give a shot? I see that there's a couple of people waiting, but yes, I am right. Okay. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's not like, ooh, don't do that. It's just like, let's feel this out. Let's play a little watch and wait, right? So that's what I do. Yeah. So I don't see anybody asking any questions. So if you have any more questions, I'd love to answer them. I'm going to do this for a couple more minutes. How does my younger sister feel towards me? I feel she's not comfortable with me. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. So we've got the Knight of Pentacles, which is slow moving. Oh, I thank you. Thank you. Sky says she loves my readings. So I'm very happy. So this is the Knight of Pentacles, which says that maybe she's moving a little slow. Maybe there's been something in the past that kind of keeps her, or maybe you too, from rushing it, right? We've got strength. So I feel like maybe there's something in the past that may not be, the end of the world, but something where somebody's feelings were hurt, or they didn't feel seen or heard. We've got the Queen of Wands. And this cat keeps. Does somebody have a cat? But anyway, the Queen of Wands, excuse me, passionate, thoughtful, full of ideas and plans, and I just feel like there might be a little bit of loss. There might not be a grand sense of comfortability, or maybe you need to work on feeling safe with each other. Yes, we had issues in the past. She and my ex were against me. Gossip, lies. I really love her, but she was never on my side. Okay, so it's somebody just entered the room that threw me for a loop. But we've got the Ace of Wands, which is a new thought process, a new passion, a new way of looking at things. I would say that. So we've got someone here we can either believe in Satan, Lucifer, or the true God, Yahweh. I don't know what Yahweh is, but I think that we can go ahead and say bye-bye. Okay. So, okay. Sorry, I'm reporting the person. Okay. Okay, so I would say, maybe, okay, we've got the Death card. And what maybe you need to put to bed the old relationship. Figure out where the hurt came from, what caused this rift? What was the problem? Because obviously there were problems before the ex, right? So like an ex can't come in and just ruin your whole family. They can help, but there had to have been something that brought this on, that she felt more comfortable siding with him. If that makes sense to you, if that resonates. And the Emperor. So I would say Is there a third party you can bring in? Is there a parental figure that might be not biased that could help facilitate this healing? I feel with the Emperor, I feel like it's an older person, a person of authority, maybe not a parent, but oh, your father. Okay, is your father willing to get involved and kind of play in the middle there to help you guys work this out? Okay. So we've got the Eight of Pentacles, which is keep working at it. Hone this skill. Just keep working on getting this relationship back on track. Oh, you lost your mom? I'm so sorry. I lost my mother last May. It's a thing, right? He keeps trying to make sure we stay happy with each other. Okay, well, that's good. But it's got to be her and you both working at it. He can definitely, thank you. He can definitely help with things. I've got 2 fours. We've got the Four of Cups, which, can signify don't miss what's right in front of you, but also somebody might have a bad attitude. So we might need to, and then we've got the Four of Pentacles, which is, kind of being stingy with your resources or being careful with your resources. This drives me crazy that I can't make it. There we go. So 2 fours, the Four of Cups, the Four of Pentacles. This is going to take a while. This is going to not be over tomorrow. You're not going to solve this tomorrow. But if you can talk to your dad and see if your dad can kind of see where the where the minds are in the minefield, and help to facilitate this healing between you two, because clearly there needs to be healing. If a sister is gossiping about another sister with an ex, that's not a good situation. So I would really forget the ex, right? We're letting him go, and work on restoring the relationship with your sister and utilizing your dad to make that happen. That's what I would do. Your mileage may vary. So, so we've got the Hanged Man reversed. So this is what it's like right side up, right? And people call this the card of yoga, but for me, it's somebody who's trying to be on their way to enlightenment, and they're caught up somewhere. They're caught up. It's not so caught up that they can't get out. They just need to undo the ties that bind and let themselves down, right? So maybe this is a message to you to take it slow and kind of let things play out. But it's not something, it's something that you're both going to have to work on. Which is any relationship, right? They say, oh, well, it's family. And I don't find that. I think sometimes family is more difficult than people you barely know. You know what I mean? Like, because you're more involved in that. Your feelings are very raw. They're very laid to bear. And nobody has access to your buttons more than your family, the people that were there for your formative years. What do they say, that the best people to push your buttons are the ones that installed them? So I would say definitely get your dad involved. Put him to work a little bit. This 9 of Cups. How many times have we gotten the 9 of Cups for you? 3, 4? Hi, Pop X Girl. Happy New Year to you. So this is at least 3 times that we've gotten this card for you. So you're very strong. You're very strong-willed. You can make whatever happens, whatever you want to happen, happen. The problem is, make sure that it's the best for you. I have done many things. I'm a very powerful manifester, and sometimes I've manifested things that were not right for me. Yes, of course, Pop Girl. Am I doing that right? And then you've got the Queen of Pentacles, which you had a lot of kings and queens and strong people. This is a very grounded, nurturing experience. So I feel like this is you, and that you're the one who is going to bring this strong, calming, grounded feeling to the whole situation. And then we have the Ace of Swords, which a new way of looking at things, a new way of communicating, a new way. We got the Page of Swords earlier for you too, right? So I'm thinking that with all the swords and all the pentacles, because you've got a lot of swords, a lot of pentacles, a lot of major arcana, watch your communication. Pay attention to the communication. It's a theme, like with Roger, with your sister, pay attention to the messages, right? Let me know if that resonates. Pop Girl, do you have a question, or do you just want me to pull a couple of cards? Okay. Okay. Let's see how it goes. You're very welcome, Sky Blessings. I hope that helps. Good luck. I'm rooting for you. All right. Pop Girl. I like that username. Okay, so just pulling cards. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Chariot. Do you have a lot going on right now? We've got the Wheel of Fortune. Everything has a season. You're an Aquarius, and your love life is very wow. Okay, so we've got a Capricorn season to get through before we get to the Aquarius season. And what's good about Capricorn season is that you have a lot of tools at your disposal to get things done. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, which everything goes around. Everything has a season. What's the bird song for everything has a purpose, or I can't remember, but this seems to me like there's a lot going on in your wheelhouse, right? And you've got the Ace of Pentacles, which is usually a new stream of income. How's the job situation? How you doing there? We've also got the Chariot, which is also, you are really good at making things happen. Are you a manifester? Your love life, well, I see you're having a good time. I don't know if it's your love life or your friends, but this looks like a party. You're applying to jobs or planning to restart your business. Okay, so this could be either way. Are you looking to get a job while you get your business up and running? You're a powerful manifestor. See, I told you. Takes one to know one, right? Again, are you applying for jobs to have some financial backing to get restarted in your business, or is it two separate things? Getting a 9 to 5 job while I get my projects off the ground. That is a very smart way to do it. So let's see. Okay. 6 of Pentacles, you're a generous person. You're aiming for something virtual so you can balance your life. Right? That's what a lot of us have going on. So what I would say is that collaborate. Like if there's someone you can be generous with who can help you to do the things that you want to do while you help them do the things that they want to do. Today I walked away from a toxic Leo ex of 4 years. He gaslighted and manipulated me for years. I'm so sorry. I hear that too much. That it gets hard to allow people into your life and when you expect that kind of treatment. So I would suggest that you guard yourself, but you don't let that stop you from letting people into your life. If you walked away from this today, I would give myself a little time. Hi, Alan. How are you? So then you've got the Queen of Pentacles, like grounded, financially secure. You've got this. You've got this. And then the Ace of Swords, new ways. Alan, I'll get to you right away. Ask a question if you'd like. The Ace of Swords, new thought processes, new ways of doing things. I think that you're going to create whatever you want to create. I mean, that's very clear. So what can you do to facilitate that, right? Let's see. I believe I found my soulmate. This is Pop Girl again. I believe I found my soulmate and I'm manifesting him back, not the Leo. Good. But this connection I just walk away from, I think might have been a block. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense with what I was talking about with giving it some space. If you just ended that relationship, sit by yourself for a little bit. If this person's coming back, if you're manifesting them back, just sit for a moment. Let the toxicity of the ex dissipate from your reality, right? And then I'm a big fan of if it's meant to be, it'll come right to you, right? All right, so okay, the Tower. You got to let go of the old to bring in the new. You can't the relationship with the Leo was toxic and it had to fall away before you could create anything that's lasting. So again, give it a minute. Does that resonate? Okay, Alan, good to see you. How will the conversation with a Nirbon, am I pronouncing that correctly, go in terms of giving a chance to this marriage? His feelings turning any positive, currently separated. I am pronouncing that right. Okay, good. I'm glad. Okay. Well, we've got the Lovers. So there are choices to be made, right? There are different ways you can go with this. So Judgment, the Lovers, Judgment, they're all major arcana cards. And I feel like his feelings might be turning a little bit positive, The Ace of Cups, new love, new relationship, new. So I do think that there may be a coming to terms with the King of Swords. Yeah. We seem to have a theme tonight of paying attention to our thoughts, our messages, our words. I think that watch what happens with the communication and really you will know. You'll just pay attention, tune in, and that'll really help you to see where this is going, whether there's a turn. It looks like there is a positive turn. So does that resonate for you? Okay, Pop Girl, I've been feeling my DM's energy. I'm excited for our reunion. Okay. Too many signs to just focus on everything I've got going on, but I'm impatient. I am so impatient. I get it. I am the worst, which is what I was talking about before. I was referring to I can manifest everything that I want. Do I really want it though? Right? So your fave ping you? Is that the name? Allen, should I be correcting a few things which he may have it wrong? You may have the opportunity to do that, but don't force it. Wait for that to come to you. Wait for an opening in terms of misunderstanding towards you. Yes, but don't reach out to him to say, hey, you've got this wrong. Wait for a more nuanced way to do that. Yes, your fave ping you. Please go ahead and ask a question. I would let it sit a beat. Yeah, that's really, I would let this sit a minute. It does look good, but I think that he might be like, whoa, wait a minute. Oh, I'm wrong about this too. You know what I'm saying? Like, give them a chance. Right? Okay. Will me and Erica, this is your fave ping you. Will me and Erica start to video call soon over Instagram? Okay, so somebody's feeling hurt. Somebody's feelings are hurt. Somebody doesn't know if this is worth fighting over. We've got strength. So I would say it's very possible. I'm going to say, yeah. I'm going to say that I don't really know how it's going to all pan out, but I think you are going to start talking, videoing. Is there any time frame like within January? I'm saying maybe not January. I'd like to say like the middle of February, like 6 weeks ish. And again, don't push too hard. Pop Girl, yes, I manifested my soulmate without even knowing and panicked because the Leo was still around. God is being patient with me. I'm learning and growing. Thank you so much. It really resonated. Oh my gosh, it's my pleasure. I'm so happy that it resonated. And if you want to like the video, it'd be a real help for me. You can subscribe. You can hit that bell and you'll be notified when I go live or when I upload a new video. If you look in the description, you'll see we're having a StaarCon gathering in South Florida at the endish of January. The link is there if you're in the area. They also have hybrid. You can get a ticket for as low as $10 and watch everything online. If you're in South Florida, definitely come. It's going to be a blast. I also put the links to my website. I do have a sale going on. I did these digital checks from the universe, and I saw that I was getting a lot of traffic from Google for these checks from the universe. So I put them on sale. I thought maybe we could have some fun with that. Okay, so Erica is insecure in general. Yeah, then don't go too hard. You know what I mean? Like, give her some space to. Yeah, this all looks very good. We've got the Queen of Pentacles, the Chariot, the Star, and the Page of Pentacles. So they're all very positive, very important cards. The Star and the Chariot, to me, you're very welcome, Allen. It's my pleasure. I only talk to my relatives over the phone. I'm not sure what you mean. But yeah, I feel a lot of grounding. I feel like this is definitely a doable thing. This is definitely something that's super, super possible. But I'd give her a B. Oh, when it comes to talking on the phone, okay. I don't think a lot of people talk on the phone anymore. So even old people like me. So I understand why she would be insecure. Yeah, maybe, like her post or, feel it out softly, if that makes sense. So I think we're going to wind this up. Thank you so much for being here. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. We're going to do this every Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. We may start doing a different time slot. We'll see what happens. I'm going to keep doing this. Please do let me know. I would really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you to all three of you. This has been awesome. And I wish you the very best. Let me know what happens and what's going on. Let me know what happens with the readings and how that works out from you. Oh, Andre, quick question. Yes, we only have a couple of minutes left. Thank you. You're a fave, Ping You. I like to say that. Okay, Andre, go ahead, ask a question. We've only got a couple of minutes left, but I'm here. Does David have romantic feelings for you? Okay, I would say that there is, we've got the Page of Wands, which is a new thought process, something you need to learn. And we've got the Four of Pentacles, which is kind of a cautious, but don't be overly cautious. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, guard your heart. Yes, make sure that you're not putting too much out there. You're going to have to put a little bit out there. But then we've got the Fool, which is a grand adventure, leap in the net will appear. So I think let's ask for a more concrete answer. Does David have romantic feelings for Andre? Okay, Okay, so the Seven of Swords feels like somebody's getting away with something. Somebody's not being completely upfront and forthright. I'm just knocking things over on my desk. And we've got the Queen of Wands who has a passion and just a fiery kind of energy. And then we've got the Two of Swords, which is also kind of ambivalent. Like, which way does that go? Didn't I just pull the Queen of Pentacles for this? Right. And the Ace of Swords. I feel like, okay, this is, who's the grounded one, you or David? And so is there a situation where one of you is really grounded and down to earth and the other one is kind of flitting among the clouds? Is that kind of a thing? David, I think I asked like 6 questions. David is in the clouds. Okay. And you're the grounded one? Okay. Okay. This is going to be some work. If you think that this is worth pursuing, it's going to take work. And communication. And an unstable base cannot build anything else, right? So you got to make sure that your side of the street is clean, that your house is clean, figuratively, not literally, in order to start in this particular journey. I'm going to say that there's a big chance that, yes, did I just bang that? That there's a real more work. I think that if you want this to happen, you're going to have to get creative and you're going to have to do the work and you're going to have to be the one who kind of starts it. Does that make sense? What do you think? Makes sense? Yeah, I think this is a little bit of a sticky one. But if it's something that you want and you think that it's worth it, dip a little toe. I'm not saying go full steam ahead. Just dip your toe in the water. Okay, so that will do it for me. Thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate you. Again, we're going to do this every Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time until we don't want to do it anymore, right? Thank you so much. I'll see you next Friday, and I hope you have a great weekend. Thank you so much.